So years ago, I used to buy lots of makeup, like way too much makeup, and I was just like over consuming like crazy. So I went on a low buy a few years ago, and to be honest, I never really got off of my low buy. So each month I do a low buy check-in to check in with you all and check in with myself to stay on track, because we don't need to be constantly buying. This is a lesson I'm constantly trying to teach myself as well. I'm still not at the point I'd like to be. Like, I don't need to be a minimalist, but at the same time, I do not want to have just like an overconsumption of crap I'm not using. So like I said, each month I do these low buy check-ins, and what I'm going to go over is everything that I purchased this month. And that is not just makeup, it's also skincare, hair care, and clothing, because I also want to be more conscious with my clothing and only bringing in stuff like clothing and makeup that I really love or that fills a need in my collection. But as I always say, I also always want to tell you about everything I received in PR that month, because I do not feel like it's fair of me to say, hey, I'm an under consumer. Hey, I'm a minimalist, when I am still getting stuff into my collection. So I'm going to tell you about all of that. I will tell you about items that I wanted to purchase but didn't, because I do like to put stuff on a wish list and just kind of let it simmer. And if I still want those things that are on the wish list after a while, I will buy them, but I do like to just let them simmer for a little bit. I will also talk to you about older stuff that I have been absolutely loving. This stuff doesn't have to be like years old. It's just stuff that's not brand new. And then just in general, stuff bringing me joy. This stuff has nothing to do with makeup, skincare, hair care, just things bringing me joy. So let's jump right into it, and I'm going to talk to you about everything I purchased this month. It was a little heavy this month. Honestly, it's a little clothing heavy this month. I've been clothing heavy in general the past few months, as opposed to like makeup heavy, but I did make some like makeup and hair care purchases this month too. Let's just jump into it. So actually, I lied. I did not purchase any makeup this month, but I did purchase skincare and hair care. As far as the skincare I purchased, it's so funny to me because I haven't even used it yet, but let me explain. I finally, after having this on my wish list for months and months, I finally purchased the Rhode Glazing Milk. This is my first ever Rhode product. I have heard such wonderful things about how this is such a good hydrating toner and really good for your skin, especially if maybe you are a little bit drier, which I do have normal to dry skin. I am pumped to try this. This was $32, and I have not tried it yet because I am using up 2 other toners. Actually, I used up one last night, so now I'm using up one other toner that has this much left in it, and then I'm going to move on to this because I really, really want to go through some skincare before opening new, but I'm very excited. If you've tried the Rhode Glazing Milk, let me know down below what you think of it. I've heard wonderful things. Also, Wayne Goss, I think, is the one that like finally sold me on this, because he made a video talking about how this is like the second coming, and anything Wayne Goss says I listen to. Gospel. This, using girl math, was technically free, but I'm still putting it in stuff that I purchased. I had a gift card to Ulta, and I had a coupon, and I had points saved up. So this was completely free, but nonetheless, I did purchase a new heat protectant spray and a hair product. Both of these were recommendations from my friend Betty Jean, who is Baddie Bean here on YouTube. And she's been talking about these for a while. So the main reason I went in, let's talk about that first. This is the IGK Beach Club High Shine Texture Foam. I have not used this yet, but she has talked about this so much to me because we both have very similar hair texture. This is going to sound like I'm, lamenting about something that's amazing and, talking about how terrible it is. But both of us have pin straight, very silky hair. I love the way my hair feels. It feels very nice, but at the same time, that means that my hair doesn't really hold texture. I have to put a lot of spray in it, and I have to use heat tools, and I have to just use all these things to get my hair to have any texture. She says that when she puts this in her wet hair and just gives it a good old scrunch, that it dries beautifully with some texture. And again, she has pin straight hair just like me, so I have really high hopes for this. But while I was there, I also picked up the IGK Good Behavior Spirulina Protein Smoothing Spray as a heat protectant. I have a confession to make. Father, is it Father I have sinned? I'm not a Catholic. I'm in the confessional booth right now though, okay? I never use heat protectant spray, and I use heat styling tools on my hair almost every single day. I know, unsubscribe, slap on the hand, bad girl. Seriously though, it is a habit that I really want to try to get back into. I did use heat protectant spray way back in the day, but this, I used it yesterday for the first time, okay, before curling my hair. Wouldn't you know it, my hair felt beautiful, the curls lasted longer, and I had less frizz. Wouldn't you know it? Now, I'm not going to lie, these two are rather pricey. The Beach Club is $32, the Good Behavior is $38. But again, I had a gift card, I had points, I had all these things that I'd saved up so that these were not, you know, as much of like a ball breaker for me as they normally would have been. Oh, but I already really like this spray, and something tells me I'm really going to like this. Damn you, Betty Jean. All right, let's get into the clothing and accessories I bought. The first thing I want to talk about, though, is something from last month. So last month, I mentioned that I purchased a dress, but it had not come in yet, okay? Oh, God. I got a dress from the Pretty Cult, okay? It was my first time ordering from this brand. First, let me show you on the screen the pictures on the website that made me go, oh my God, I want that. My goal was a midi dress with a slit that I could put harnesses over. Very plain, very simple. Now let me show you what this thing actually looked like on me.
Ew.
I hated it. I hated it so much. First of all, the quality, I feel like everyone has talked about how amazing Pretty Cult's quality is. This was not the quality I was expecting. This was the quality of the thinnest t-shirt that you have in your entire collection, okay? It is a black garment, but when I held it up, I could see right through it. It was so thin to the point that, you know how when fabric is really thin, like it almost curls at the seams? It was curling at the seams, like the flap that hung in the front. It was curling. It was so unflattering. It was horrible. I cannot recommend this dress at all. And I know many people have it, but I personally would not recommend the dress. I did return it, and bummer, they only offer store credit. So I'm just kind of waiting for something amazing to pop up on Pretty Cult, but I did return that because it was bad news bears. But let me talk to you about stuff that is not bad news bears. So I also, one of my rules in my low buy is to try to be better at secondhand shopping. And yes, that could mean going into thrift stores in the area, but that also means shopping on sites like Poshmark and Depop and Mercari. And I found a pair of boots on Depop that I have wanted since like the mid 2000s, okay? Look at these boots. These are by YRU, and they have a bunch of scuffs on them, as you can see, like a bunch of scuffs, and they're kind of beat up here, okay? But here's the thing, okay? I love the platform. I love this little like harness thing. Love it, love it, love it. But I got these for $12. $12, ladies and gentlemen. And if you want to use girl math again, they were technically free because I had credits just sitting in Depop. I love this so much, okay? I love them. The only problem, they're this much too small. I'm a size 6.5, 7. These are 6.5. They're this much too small. So I'm thinking about doing that trick where you can put in like ice. So what you can do is you take a baggie and you fill it with water, and then you slip it into the toe and you freeze the whole boot like with the baggie in the toe, because when the water expands it and forms ice, that also can expand especially if it's fake leather like these are. So I'm hoping that helps because my toe does bump up against the side a little bit, but $12. $12. I am so excited about that. The other two items I purchased are going to be here this week, but they have not yet arrived. Okay, let me show you about the one that's a little bit less of a risk. So this is my first time purchasing from Midnight Hour, and I'm very excited. I ordered this. This is a romper. I can't remember the name of it. I will put it here on the screen. But I've wanted it for so long, and then it went out of stock in my size, so I had to sign up for restock notifications. The second it came back in my size, I ordered it. It's coming this week. So it does have built-in shorts, which I am very, very, very excited about. And it is so freaking cute. I cannot wait to get it. Please cross your fingers that it fits me okay, because I really want it to work. I've seen it with like harnesses layered over it and big boots, and I freaking love it. By the way, everything I talk about is going to be linked down below, but please cross your fingers for me that it fits. Let's move on to the last thing that I bought. That usually when I want something, especially like clothing, especially expensive clothing, okay? If I want something, usually I let it sit on a wish list and simmer. This I did not let simmer. I let it simmer for 24 hours, okay? I'm not even, was it even 24 hours? I don't know. I saw it and was so taken by this dress, and I'm gonna put it up here. I believe it's called the Bury Me dress, and it is from Love Too True. Oh my God, like, okay, I'm sorry, but like a little exposed, like this is the exact area I'm comfortable exposing on myself as far as a midriff. A little tiny exposed midriff, okay? Black top with thick straps. I hate spaghetti straps, fun fact. With a leopard skirt, and I believe it has pockets. Are you kidding me? I am so excited and so nervous about this one, mainly because of that little tiny top, okay? I have a feeling that my titties are going to fall out of the bottom. And when I told that to my friends, they said, yeah, I hope they do because under boob is hot. I am not somebody who feels comfortable showing under boob, and I don't know why. I'm not a big cleavage kind of girl. Like, I'll show like stomach, I'll show legs. I'm good with that. I don't care about showing my arms very much, but boobs and cleavage is just like, I don't know, it feels weird to me. But we will see. Please cross your fingers for me for this one too. This one was definitely more expensive. This was 104 US dollars. It is a UK based company. This comes in this week as well. And I'm so nervous, but I'm so excited because if it works, I am going to style the hell out of it. So those are all the things that I purchased this month. Let's get into everything I received in PR. This was a bit of a PR heavy month. I didn't think it was until I started laying everything out, and then I'm like, oh my damn. So first, Nomad Cosmetics re-released 3 of their palettes. There's the Fée de Provence. There is the, I kept calling it Berlin Underground, but it actually is Berlin Untergrund, I believe is how you would pronounce it. Untergrund. So just keep that in mind. And then America's Parks. Here's the thing. The Fête de Provence is stunning, okay? It is like purples and yellows and pastels and beautiful. But I found myself the first time it was released not using it as much as I wanted, so I passed it on to a friend. So this one is staying brand new, and this is sort of going to be passed on. I've mentioned this in the past, but each year I like to put together a basket of makeup to be raffled off for a charity that's near and dear to my heart. It's an animal rescue that's near and dear to my heart, so this is going to go in there. But these two, oh my God. Let's first show America's Parks. It is beautiful. It is like earthy, but I don't know, the metallics are so shimmery and so beautiful. I do love how it's earthy, but at the same time, you've got these like bright pops. This is really, really beautiful. I think Angie said, Annie Elkanikva said that this is her favorite color story they've ever done. It is lovely, but the one that has my heart in this re-release is the Berlin palette. Look how grungy and like almost dirty this one is. I feel like this one, and I can't explain why, this one feels very like dirty punk rock to me in the best way possible. Like just, oh, it's so delicious. These like kind of grimy tones. And yes, there are a lot of kind of neutrals in here, but I love it. This is by far my favorite out of the 3. I am so thankful because this is kind of like one that I wanted way back in the day and never had a chance to get. So this is the one I'm most pumped to have. But all 3, like actually I'm pumped about this, and I'm pumped I get to raffle this one away for a charity again. So I'm very thankful. Nomad has an amazing formula. I hope you've tried them by now, but if you haven't, what are you waiting for? All right, so the next thing that I received in PR is from Milk Makeup, and it is their Balmade. So this is an electrolyte lip balm, and they did send me all of the shades. Guys, please know, I am not a YouTuber influencer who gets this kind of PR where you're like, I received all the shades. No, that's not me. So this kind of was like, I don't know, it was very touching. But anyway, I have used these so far. So I put a reel up on my Instagram showing the colors of all these. I've used these and I do like them, but I prefer them as almost like a gloss, as like a touch of color, as opposed to a balm. A lip balm, for me, I need something that's going to stick on my lips. I do have very dry lips. I always have lip balm on me. These I feel like are more for adding that touch of color, and that if you're using it for that, I think you will really like them. They are very glossy, they are very shiny, they feel really nice on the lips. I don't feel like they hydrate the lips though. That's the only thing. My favorite color is Electron. I will show you what these look like. Electron, well, first of all, they are all in tubes. I feel like these are almost marketed at maybe somebody younger than me. And it's going to be so hard to show. Actually, I kind of can't even show. Well, they all have different scents, by the way, which I also kind of like. It's giving like lip smacker vibes. But Electron in particular is clear with a ton of like gold sparkle in it. I love it. I don't think I'm going to keep all of these. I think I'm going to give some away to friends, but there are definitely ones I'm going to keep. The ones I like a lot so far are Pump, which is like, I don't know, it's like a pinky color and it's an apricot twist flavor. Electron, like I said, which is clear multi-color shimmer with a citrus lemon flavor. And I also really, I don't know, I liked several of them. Quench is also a great one. It's brown beige is the way it's described with a tropical coconut flavor. So these are really, really nice. I'm not going to save the box. I'm going to force myself to get rid of this box. But I probably will be giving some of these away to friends because I do not need them all. But I am thankful to receive them. So again, if you are looking for a shiny, like tint of color gloss that feels very good on the lips and not sticky. That's what I recommend these for. I do enjoy them. Next, I received from Sigma the Angela Bright palette, which came out in 2023, but it came with the new Angela Bright brushes. So I recently did a video, I will go ahead and link it up here if you haven't seen it yet, where I chose to use one palette for 7 days. And spoiler alert, you guys really like that video. Thank you so much for all the love and support on it. I will be doing it again. I'm already planning which palette I'm going to be using for that. But I also decided to use only these brushes for those 7 days. I love these brushes. Every single one of them is a banger, and I highly recommend this brush set. The AB1 is the brush I thought I would use the least. I have used this every single day to blend out my eye primer. Every single day, and I love the AB6, right? This is 6 and not 5. Yes, the AB6. This is a tiny, stiff pencil brush, okay, that apparently was originally released way back in the day to blend out lip liner. No, I've been using this for under the eyes. I've been using this for detail work on the inner corner, but they are all so good, and the palette is so pretty. Like, I love how I was able to use this for very neutral looks, literally to go into the office, and bright ass rainbow looks. I really had a lot of fun playing with this palette. This is like, now it's a palette that I have so much more of a respect for since I used it for 7 straight days. I really, really enjoyed this, and I love playing with it. I've picked it up several times since then, so thank you so much to Sigma, but these are awesome. And also there's like a bundle deal. I hope it's still going on, where like the brushes were, I think, like $103 by themselves, but if you got the bundle with the palette, it was $115 total. So this is like $12. It's ridiculous. I don't know if that sale is still going on. I will put it on the screen if it is, but nonetheless, like, the brushes are my standout for sure. Love these. So this next one might prove to be interesting. I don't know yet. I can't fully judge yet, but Overtone sent me 6, or all 6 rather, of their new Color Wink. Okay, these are supposed to be mascaras and for your brows as well. I used one for the first time today. Can you even tell? I used the aqua shade today, and you guys, like, I'm gonna look up and I'll zoom in so you can see. I used 4 coats of mascara, and I feel like you can barely see it. Now, if you're up real close to me, you can. I feel like it kind of catches the light sometimes, which is cool. But on their, oh yeah, here it is. On their, you know, their ads and everything like that, it's so hard to see, but it's like vibrant colors. So I don't know, maybe it was just this color. This is the only one I've tried so far, but I am curious to try the rest of these because I love the idea of colored mascaras, but I need them to actually be bold color. So these are $18 each. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Oh, yes, I'm sorry. These are $14.50 each. Also, if you're ever interested in these, or as you may know, I use Overtone, like the hair conditioner, in my hair all the time. They have a color depositing conditioner. I do have a code with Overtone now, so everything is going to be linked down below if you're looking to pick up either the hair dye or if you're curious in these. I do have a code, which is very exciting to me now. But anyway, yeah, I'm curious to try the rest of these. I'm going to post reels on my Instagram page using all of these, so stay tuned. But yeah, these are at least interesting. I like that it's something new. The next thing I received, okay, I feel like a little strange talking about it. So I received 5 skincare products from Koki, and I am very excited. And I received, let's see, first I received the Tiger Grass Extract. Okay, this is a soothing serum to alleviate and repair. This is the one I'm keeping because the other 4 I did pass on to friends already. I passed it on some coworkers and some interns at my office because they're poor college students. I want to like give them things. I brought them so much makeup, you guys. But there were 2 different kinds of retinol. There was a 2% and a 0.5%. Also vitamin B12 and pine bark extract. So incredibly thankful for these. I think that with Koki, I prefer them for makeup and accessories, if you will. This mirror by Koki, guys, I talk about it so much. Look, do you see how it lights up? 3 different kinds of lighting. I use this every single solitary day. It is rechargeable. Like, I swear by Koki for this. I love their lip liners. I love, love, love the gradient blushes. But the skincare as of right now hasn't been, it's not that I dislike it, it just hasn't done much for me. I have very kind of normal skin, if you will. Like I don't have too much texture. I don't have too much acne, things like that. So it takes a lot for me to really fall in love with a skincare product. So to be honest, that also means if I'm talking about a skincare product, it means I really love it. So these, I've tested Kokie skincare in the past and it hasn't done too much for me, but I have had friends say they've really, really enjoyed it. So I'm glad to pass that on, and I'm curious to try the Tiger Grass. And the most recent palette I received is the Gourmand Girls Mocha Moment. I posted a video about this. I was not expecting to like this palette as much as I did. It is so earthy. It is so delicious. Okay, I really, really loved this palette. These metallics, you guys, are intense. Like when they catch the light, it is ridiculous. I took the swatches out in the sunlight and I was just like open mouth staring at them. This palette is so lovely. This comes out on Monday, June 30th at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I think at the time that this video is live, it'll either just be coming out in like an hour or it would have already come out. But I love this palette. I love, love, love this palette. Do not sleep on this one. It is a beaut. Okay, we're on to the very last part. This one was a surprise for me. I was not expecting this, but I got some more stuff from Bare Minerals. So in my Bare Minerals video that I posted, pretty much the resounding comment was you all saying like, oh my God, you have to try the Complexion Rescue Tinted Moisturizer. And I was like, noted. And I put it on my list. I have a separate list of makeup I would eventually like to try out. And that was on there. And then guess what came in the mail? So this shade is Cashew 3.5 and I'm wearing it today. And at first I thought it was maybe like a half shade too deep. But now that I look at it, I'm thinking it might be a great match. I really like this so far. So you can still see freckles. You can still see dark spots that I have. And that is what I like in a tinted moisturizer. I like to even things out a little bit, but I am never looking to cover my freckles. I'm never looking to like cover anything really. I just want it to be a little bit more even. That's all I care about with these. And it gave my skin a beautiful glow. But to be fair, I also did use it. I don't know why I put it back in the box. I did use it with the Complexion Rescue Highlighting Blush in Pink Glow. This is lovely. This is so nice. Look how highlighted I am. Do you see that? And I don't have highlighter on. This is just a beautiful blush. It makes me look so glowy. I love it. And why am I putting it back in the box? The world may never know. And finally, they sent me another shade of the Mineralist Dewy Lip Balm. Again, I put it back in here, even though I've used it. I'm throwing away the box right now. These are so nice. So this shade, maybe that's why I saved it, is Grateful. You guys know I love a brown lip so much. This is not what I'm wearing today, but I've worn this like 3 times since I've gotten it, and I only got it like 3 days ago, if that tells you anything. These are really, really nice. These are more like a balm than these are. Like how I said these were like a lip gloss. This is a balm that has a touch of color to it, but it is a little bit of a thicker formula, so it stays on your lips and genuinely feels like it's hydrating them, excuse me. I love these. Why do I hold every single product like it is a damn cigarette? Fun fact, guys, I smoked from age 17 to 30, okay? I am now 44. I have been smoke-free for coming up on 14 years. Thank you so much. But at the same time, if you put a lollipop, a lipstick, a pretzel stick in my hand, I am going to hold it like this. Why? Nonetheless, I really, really like this. I actually really like all three a lot. And I'm going to take this out of the box right now. I'm going to be good and get rid of boxes. But I'm really thankful to have all of these. So that was all the PR I received this month. And again, it was a fairly PR heavy month, but nonetheless, let's go into the stuff I wanted to buy but didn't. There are several things on here that, again, because they're on this list, it doesn't mean I'm never buying them, but it does mean that I held off this month. So I think that's a good step. So all 3 of these are pretty tough because I want them. I want them. 2 out of 3 of them, there's a pretty good chance I might buy. Let's get those out of the way. Okay, the first thing is the Mob Beauty Trad Goth collection. Guys, so first, this comes with an eyeshadow quad that is powder, okay? It comes with a pure black, a pure white, like an amethyst sparkle. It is stunning. And honestly, it appeals to my little goth soul, and I want it so badly. But it's one of those things where, first of all, the price, okay? The price I want to say is $63, okay? $63 for 4 eyeshadows. That is rough, but I have to admit, I really do like Mob Beauty's like ethical standards and things like that. I like how they have like recyclable packaging. Just, I don't know. I really dig their vibe in general, and I will talk about the two products that I bought last month from Mob, my very first products, and all that to say the quality is usually so amazing. So I really am probably going to buy it, but it also came out with the stunning lip gloss, which I think is called Haze because it was a collaboration with Jessica Hayes. And it is this perfect grayish. And I have been really liking cool tone lips as I'm wearing this like bright pink, but I've been liking cool tone lips lately. Oh, and it is so good. It is so good and I want it and I'm probably going to buy it. It is quite expensive. But every time I look at it, I almost hit purchase and then I back off for a second, but I want it. The next thing is something that has actually been on my wanted to buy but didn't list for a while, but now it actually has a name. It was previously the Unearthly Mystery Palette, but it has a name now and it is the Shadow Sculpt Palette. Oh my God, it's so beautiful. It's greens and just, oh my God, yumminess. And it's got colors that go well with green. And I love green eyeshadow. Green eyeshadow is one of my favorite colors of shadow ever. And I'm still very tempted to buy it. It is quite expensive. I don't have the price here, but I want to say it's $68, and that's a lot to pay for a palette. It really is, but I know Unearthly's quality is some of my favorites ever. So I don't know. It's something that I'm leaving on that wish list that might very well happen. And the third thing. Okay, so I know this palette has two names, but obviously the one that got the most attention, it's by Glaminatrix. They called it Tones of Turd. Guys, I'm not trying to sound like a prude here or anything, but I just don't need poop jokes. I don't need poop jokes. They did come out with the same palette with like a more normal name, which I can't remember. I will put it here on the screen again. But it is a beautiful, beautiful neutral palette. However, I don't think this is one that I'm necessarily going to be getting because I have so many neutrals. The only thing that's like really swaying me is Glaminatrix is a brand I really, really want to try. I've heard amazing things about their quality, but I think this one might stay like on the, that's really nice, but I don't need to buy it list. All right, let's talk about older products that I've been loving. Again, these are not necessarily old products, like years and years old, but they are just like not brand new. I didn't get them in the last month. So two of these, though, I got last month, and I've actually had time to play with them, and I want to talk to you about them. The first, I think I talked about this, is the lip kit from Courtney Quarantine, the one that she did with Black Moon. I don't normally have these in the box, but I did save the box because it's so beautiful, and I like displaying it. I have used these several times now. So we do have two liquid lipsticks, okay? The colors we have are Ashes and Bones. So Ashes is like a lovely cool toned gray and Bones is a very milky cool toned pink. These are stunning together, stunning, and I love the way it feels on my lips. They do dry down. They do dry down like a liquid lipstick and they stay all day. They're beautiful. The only thing I'm not crazy about with these, the smell is very intense, but it goes away quickly. It does go away quickly, but it's a very, 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 very sweet smell. Again, if it didn't go away quickly, I might not buy from Black Moon again because of it. But because it goes away quickly and I love the quality, I will continue to buy from them. I am so excited about these, but I do have to admit that my favorite part in the collection is the Bullet lipstick in Werewolf. I have worn this so many times now. It is just a rich, beautiful brown and it stays on and doesn't fade. I love this. I want to buy their Bullet lipsticks in every color now. The quality is so good. It feels so good on the lips. I am so happy I made this purchase. But I also, like I said, made the purchase from Mob Beauty. I have reels with each of these on like my Instagram and TikTok page if you want to check it out. So I bought the Cream Clay eyeshadow in M109. This is perfect. It is so perfect. It goes on, you go like this and wipe it on and it is fully opaque and it is lime, disgusting green. I love it. Also, this is cardboard packaging, but it stays nice and tightly closed. So I don't worry about it getting like contaminated or gross or drying out. Beautiful. But more than that, I love, and I just took the outer cardboard packaging off so you can see this. This is the gloss in Dark Star. This was the collaboration with Jessica Hayes. And it is a stunning, stunning gray gloss with lots of sparkles, like silver and blue sparkles. It is so incredibly gorgeous. This is what is kind of swaying me to try and buy more cool tone lips, because this is so gorgeous and the quality of these is so good. Like, I don't regret buying these for a second. And let's talk about an older item. Like, this actually did come out a few years ago, but I recently got a refresher from Milk Makeup. It is the Hydro Mist Setting Spray. This is so good. It is so good. This is the Hydro Grip Set and Refresh Spray, excuse me. This holds my makeup on all day. All day. It feels really, really hydrating on the skin too. Now, I don't use this for prep. I just use this for setting, and I really do feel like it helps my makeup to last longer. It is comfortable on the skin. I feel like some of these can sometimes be drying. Everything about this I really enjoy. If you're looking for a new setting spray and haven't tried this yet, I highly recommend you try it. Also, I do have it over there, but they also offer a mini size. So if you want to test it out first, but I really love the Hydro Grip. And finally, in this category of older stuff I've been loving, so I did get this as a gift from a friend, but it's something that I've wanted to try for so long, and I finally did. Oh my God. So these are by Fazit. I believe I'm pronouncing it right. These are makeup patches that are sparkles. So the one that I tried, it gives you glitter freckles. So the way that these look, I didn't realize so many came in a package. They look like this. And you put it on like you would a fake tattoo when you were a kid, right? There's the actual sparkles. Can you see them? So you put it, it's got like a little sticky side, and you put it on, and then you wet it with a paper towel, and you press down and you peel it off, and you have these amazing sparkly freckles. And like, these are two silver ones. This is golden speckles, rose gold, and regular. So this is the only one I don't know if I'm going to use. This is actual faux freckles. So these are like dark brown. I don't know about that one. And then there's one of the décolleté. So you're supposed to put it here. Oh, this is for a special occasion. But I love this. I've only used it once. I wore it during the Pride Parade. I got so many compliments, and I want this to be my new identity. Thank you. And last but not least, I think my favorite category is just other stuff bringing me joy. So the first thing I want to talk about is my new palette storage. So I had talked a few times on like Instagram, things like that, saying that I hated the way my palettes were stored. They were all in like several different drawers that I have from IKEA, where they were just like stacked on top of each other and shoved into the back, and you couldn't see them all. I had to like dig, and I would always like feel like I'm missing palettes. They would always be falling to the back, and it was really frustrating. So I got a new piece from IKEA that was so cheap. It was $40. I'm going to link it down below, but this is what it is. I can't remember the name of it, but it is a case that has a clear glass door. So it keeps everything nice and dust free. But I love it. I can see all of my palettes now. They are laid out so nicely. I also went to like Marshall's, I think it was, and I got these acrylic risers. They're meant to go like underneath your sink, I think, to like for your cleaning products. But I use it so that I can have palettes in the back that are raised a little bit so I can really see everything. And I love it. I love it so much. It's so fantastic to be able to see every palette. And I have found myself using palettes I haven't used in so long. Like, for example, today I used the Melt Mary Jane palette. I haven't used that in months, and it feels so good. Even though this is such a simple look, I love that palette. I love that palette. But yeah, it's just something that's bringing me so much joy. Also, guys, I'm not gonna lie, like, I'm kind of a temperamental reader. I love reading, and I'll get in these phases where I read so much, but it's been a long time since I've actually sat down and finished a book, and I finally did. So this one is The Editor by Stephen Rowley. Now, I have talked about Stephen Rowley too many times. Too many times, I'm aware. Stephen Rowley is the author of my favorite book of all time, which is The Guncle. I recommend it to, like, we can be talking for 5 seconds. They'll be like, oh, hi, at a party. Hi, my name is Linda. Have you read The Guncle? But this is actually Stephen Rowley's very first book, but I'm reading it most recently, and I really liked it. So it is a novel. It is a fiction novel about a book writer who gets a new editor, and they walk in and they find out it is Jackie Onassis. So it's just kind of dealing with that, and, you know, the book writer is finishing his book and has to delve into some like family issues to finish it. It's really beautiful. There were parts of it that actually like made me really emotional. There were parts where I literally laugh out loud. That is every Stephen Rowley book for me. So this one was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. Also, something making me happy is the fact that The Bear is back. I am watching the new season of The Bear. We are not all the way through it, but I have cried at like every episode. I don't know what it is, but this show is making me more and more emotional. I feel like every single actor is giving it their all, and the performances are so beautiful, and it's just really making me emotional, and it's fantastic. If you haven't watched The Bear yet, go ahead and watch it, but maybe don't have caffeine before you watch it because it's going to rev up your anxiety like none other. And finally, for things making me happy, are concerts. I'm so excited, guys. Last year, I went to no concerts, none. And I don't know if I've already talked about this on my channel. Maybe I have, but that's not like me. I am somebody who usually goes to a lot of concerts, and I have 3 concerts coming up so soon. They're all within like 1 month of each other. First, I am going to see, you ready for this? Now calm down. Now you have to be of a certain age to know who these bands even are. And if you are of that age, it's probably time for a good eye cream. I am going to see the Spin Doctors, Gin Blossoms, and Blues Traveler. I really am going for Gin Blossoms. I am a massive Gin Blossoms fan, and I'm very excited to be seeing them. So that's going to just be fun. I am going by myself. I am pumped to be going by myself. I would not subject any friends to that. It is going to be such a good time. But then after that, about 3 weeks after that, I think, or maybe, yeah, 3 weeks after that, I am seeing Billy Idol and Joan Jett. So excited. Oh my God, it's going to be so good. And then like 3 days after that, I am seeing 9 Inch Nails. I can't believe that I am getting to see Trent Reznor in the flesh again. I love me some Trent. I love me some Trent even more when he is covered in mud and screaming. Oh my God. But yeah, summer concerts are just something that always makes me happy, and this summer is no exception. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. I always enjoy this video and checking in with you, and honestly checking in with myself to keep myself on this low buy and just be thoughtful about every single thing that I'm purchasing. Like, I'm not making these impulse buys. That Love to True dress, the one with the leopard bottom, was kind of impulse buy, but to be honest, it was one where as soon as I put it on my wish list, I could not stop thinking about it. So I don't necessarily regret the purchase, but that was kind of an impulse buy. But I'm trying to be better about not doing as many of those and just be thoughtful about my purchases, thoughtful about what I'm bringing into my collection and keeping in my collection. Like I said, I'm not keeping every single one of these. I didn't keep all of the Koki stuff because I don't want it to just sit there, or I don't want to use it once and then never again just to have content. Like, that's not my journey here. My journey here is to talk to you guys, to have a community that I absolutely love. Thank you so much for being here. If you like this video, I'm going to put another one up on the screen. I'll put last month's low buy check-in. I think you might love these. Like, this is my favorite video to film each month. But also, if you liked it, please stop, take a second, give this video a thumbs up, comment down below. Any interaction that you do is just such a big help for me. You all can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Those are all Glitter Fallout. And as always and forever, you are super freaking rock stars, and I love you genuinely so much with my whole heart, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.